Welcome to Study Loop.
Alrighty, so we are in 108. We have another hypothetical experiment here. And here we have a student who takes some tobacco seeds and puts them in a petri dish, right? So we have a petri dish A and a petri dish B. Okay, and there's 20 seeds in each, an even amount. And then the student wraps petri dish A in some sort of cover that will exclude light, right? And then he places them sort of equidistant from a light source. Okay. So now they're equidistant from a light source. And he sets the cycle to there's 14 hours of light, and then followed by 10 hours of darkness. Okay, and for 1 week, this experiment goes on for 1 week. And at the end takes some measurements, right? And so we remove the cover from A and say what's going on under the hood here. I'm curious. And finds a few interesting things, right? So the first thing to note is that A had less germinating seeds, right? So there was just 12 germinating seeds. And dish B, all 20 germinated. Right? And then for dish B, 15 of them were green, and we had 5 that were yellow. Whereas in dish A, all 12 were actually this yellow-leaved seedling. But more interesting is the length of the stem was quite different. So in B, they were shorter. The average length of the stem was 3 millimeters, but the average length of the stem for dish A was actually a little bit taller. They were closer to 8 millimeters. Okay, and so then the question of this problem is why? Why would that be longer? Okay, and so just broadly speaking, we can say, well, there was an elongation of the stem, right? Because it's longer in A than in B, and it's longer due to a lack of light, because that was the conditions of A. But why that might be is if you're in sort of plants where they are under shade, so if there's a plant sort of covering them, right, their response might be to try to grow and find light, right? They're going to sort of try to seek it out. They're not getting it now, but maybe if they move a little bit in one direction or another, or get taller, they'll find it. And so being in the dark stimulated this elongation response, right? So then the correct answer is going to be choice B.